From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Roz. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Just days before Liam Payne's death, according to the Daily Mail, he was actually dropped by his record label, Universal Music. They did put up a post about him saying that they were devastated. And I guess before that, according to the Daily Mail as well, his PR team resigned earlier this month, leaving him without any sort of public representation. And of course, this comes right after his ex-fiancée, Maya Henry, began legal proceedings against Liam after accusing him of repeatedly contacting her. There was a guest in the hotel who last night sort of recalled what it was like, what they heard leading up to the moments of Liam's death. And they said that he heard, quote, violent noises and screaming, telling the BBC that I thought they were working on the room. There was a lot of noise, like heavy lifting, banging, a lot of loud, violent noises, I thought. And the 911 call has been released. It's in Spanish, but there's a translation. BBC did a translation to the 911 call. So I just want to play you a little bit of that.
Good morning. I'm calling from Hotel Casa Sur Palermo, Costa Rica 6032.
What is happening, sir?
We have a guest drunk on drugs and alcohol. When he's conscious, he's breaking everything in the room.
You said alcohol and drugs.
That's correct.
You said Costa Rica intersecting where?
Costa Rica 6032.
Repeat.
Costa Rica 6032.
How is the hotel called?
Casa Azul Palermo. We need to send someone with urgency because I don't know if the guest's life is in danger because he's in a room with a balcony and we were afraid he could do something that threatens his life.
How long has he been there? Is it a long-stay hotel?
The guest has been there for the past 3 days.
You don't any other information because you can't get in,
they go
right?
on and they send authorities. But they've released a lot of pictures from the room, and it was really smashed up. Did you see this, Maria?
Yeah, and there was a lot of like little things with, I guess, like drug remnants and stuff that they're saying, and it's really devastating to see, honestly.
Zayn, Louis, and Harry have all released statements, with Harry saying, I am truly devastated by Liam's passing. His greatest joy was making other people happy, and it was an honor to be alongside him as he did it. Liam lived wide open with his heart on his sleeve. He had an energy for life that was infectious. He was warm, supportive, and incredibly loving. That's part of what Harry Styles had to say. This must have, I know on Monday or what was it that this came out? Wednesday, I guess it was, Maria?
Yeah.
Because you were, the thing with you, even on this show, was years ago, you won tickets to One Direction from this station when you were like a kid, right? Like this was your band, right?
This was the guys I grew up loving and watching and adoring. And you always think of them as the five of them.
Yeah.
And to know that they'll never be five again is really heartbreaking. And I just never thought I feel like the young me would have never thought this would have happened at such a young age, and it's devastating. I'm heartbroken. I feel like every time I see something on social media, I get a sense of emotion. Even yesterday, reading all of their messages, I teared up because it's really sad.
I was going to ask you that. As being such a huge fan, did you sort of go deep in reading everything, or did you sort of get to the surface and realize I don't need to know anymore?
Exactly that.
Yeah.
I wanted to treasure him the way I loved him.
Yeah.
And that's it, because I don't want to keep deep diving into these conspiracies that are all over my TikTok and all these things. I don't want to ruin that. I'd rather honor him properly.
I got you.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Any interest in hearing Snoop Dogg do the weather on the Today Show?
Absolutely. Oh my God, yes.
All right.
Al, it's 57 degrees in Mary Jane Falls, Nevada.
That's right.
And then I heard it was going to be 56 degrees in Stoner, Colorado.
That's right.
But my favorite is when it's nice, hot, and misty outside, 84 degrees in Blunt, South Dakota.
Oh my God.
Sliding on down to this area right here, above the average highs, 70 degrees in Roach, Missouri. You understand me? And over here, I love, we stay lucky in Kentucky. It's going to be 60 as we blaze in Blaze, Kentucky. You dig?
All weather should be done that way.
You're right. He should do all the weather.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hold on here. I started watching. Catherine put some crazy movie on the other night with Demi Moore called The Substance. You ever heard about this movie?
No.
I don't even know where she found it.
Is it on Netflix?
I don't even know where she found it. I just came in. I came in. She was like 10 minutes into it. I don't know what she was watching it on, but it is wild, man. Like this, I think it was at some film festival or whatever. They're saying Demi Moore could win an award for it. It is the craziest movie I've ever seen in my life. It is. She's like a fitness sort of legend kind of thing, right? Where she did these workout videos, but she's now at the age where she is now, and I guess they want to get rid of her. And then she comes across this company that will let you create like a younger version of yourself in the world, right? And then how that all happens is one of the most horrific things I've ever seen on film. And then after that one scene happens, like it is a freight train of just absolute horrific scene after scene after scene after scene that it may be like my new favorite movie. I hated it so much. I love it. Like it's crazy.
What's it called again, Rose?
It's called The Substance.
The image of it, like the cover image for the movie is disturbing.
It's so disturbing.
So is it a horror?
It's I don't know.
Thriller?
Did you even see this, right, Maury?
Yeah, it was at the film festival.
Did you see it?
The funny thing is, it's the Toronto Film Festival had two movies that are exactly the same. This one, and I can't remember the Kate Hudson movie. They're identical.
Oh, this movie is crazy, though. It's crazy. But yeah, it was at the film festival. So don't watch that. No, I'm kidding.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You got to hear Dave Bautista eviscerating Donald Trump last night on Jimmy Kimmel. Because I guess they did this thing where they were talking about how like guys, like manly men are in love with Donald Trump, and so Kimmel got like the manliest man he could find, which is Dave Bautista, to do this.
Fellas, we gotta talk. A lot of men seem to think that Donald Trump is some kind of tough guy. He's not. I mean, look at him. He wears more makeup than Dolly Parton. He whines like a baby. The guy's afraid of birds. Donald Trump had his daddy pay a doctor to say his little feet hurt so he could dodge the draft. Look at that gut. Like a garbage bag full of buttermilk. He sells imaginary baseball cards pretending to be a cowboy fireman. Guy's barely strong enough to hold an umbrella. I mean, look how he drinks water. Like a little pink chickadee. He's got jugs, big ones, like Dolly Parton. He cheats at golf. He creeps around beauty pageant dressing rooms. You know that little dance he does? He looks like he's off a pair of giraffes. He's moody, he pouts, he throws tantrums.
No, get those lights off!
What's wrong, tough guy? Did someone grab you by the whatever, bitch.
Guys who can still see the room.
Oh my god.
That was good.
Garbage bag full of buttermilk?
Garbage bag full of buttermilk.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What do I want to do here? Jelly Roll went into a Walmart to buy his own album. I guess that's the thing that he always does. And I think that now maybe for the second time, the guy in a Walmart had no idea who he was.
The coolest thing about Walmart, they're all set up the same. They're like Waffle House. I know where everything's at. Traditionally, I come to the store to see if my album's on the shelf. Last time I came into a Walmart, they didn't know me. I asked the guy if they had a Jelly Roll CD, and he was like, who? The CD's here? Let's go. Oh, they're locked up. We got to get in here. Can you let me in here, sir? I'm looking for one of these. Fan of country music? I don't listen to so much. Okay, that's real. Do you have any more of these? They're called Beautifully Broken. I think the artist is Jelly Roll. It's the best day ever. Might be the last ones.
Damn.
I love that guy, man.
He's from Nashville, right? I was just in Nashville over the weekend, a long weekend. They had the coolest thing in Nashville, man. So, okay, you know how I always go on, we're so uptight, one, in this country, but two, especially in this city, right? Like, like they just don't allow anybody to do anything cool. There's like, when you go somewhere where you're allowed to do cool stuff, it really makes you realize just how much of a stick in the ass we are here. They have this thing when you're in Nashville where you just see, you're walking down the street everywhere and there's golf carts just running around the streets, right? What? So I found out that there's a guy who started a company in Nashville where you can call a number, almost like an Uber, and you just tell them where you are. And what they do is they come and they pick you up in a golf cart and they take you to where you need to be. But the coolest part is they don't charge you anything. It's only tips, right? So imagine for a second how much money you'd be willing to pay or how much money these guys make. So it's free. So imagine calling something. Nothing is free in this world. Right. But imagine you and 4 buddies are hammered and you got to go like half a kilometer, but you don't want to walk. And so you jump on a golf cart that you know is free to go to another bar. How much are you and 4 buddies going to tip that guy?
Oh,
a lot.
A lot of money.
A lot.
Thank you, bud.
Like these guys are probably making like $25, $30 to go like
per ride.
1,000 feet just up the strip, right? Yep. And there's golf carts everywhere. It's the coolest thing.
Did you go on one?
No, we couldn't get a hold of them. It was too busy. And then we just keep seeing them going back and forth with like bachelorette parties. So I think they filter, right? I think they want the bachelorette parties on the golf course personally. They didn't want a guy like me on the golf cart. But anyway, so
we did it in Arizona. They have that too.
They do?
They do in Arizona.
God, it was so cool. I just wanted to ride on one. Nashville is great, though. I really had a really great time. The cool thing about Nashville, too, is that in any other city where, like, somebody owns, like a celebrity owns a club, right? It's called something cool, right? Like, you know,
this bar,
Fox Den, or this bar, or whatever it is. But when you're in Nashville and a celebrity owns the club, it's like you walk down the street and in big red lights it says Morgan Wallen's, or like Miranda Lambert's, Kid Rock's, like their name, John Bon Jovi's,
Jason
Aldean's, right? Like they all just
Morgan
have
Wallen's is called this bar.
It's called, his name is literally the only thing on the side of the bar. It says Morgan Wallen's.
Well, just to make sure everyone knows it's his.
Yes, exactly. No, it's really cool down there, though. Anyway.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, you see that Timothe Chalamet showed up to a Timothe Chalamet lookalike contest?
Sorry, wait, what? Say that again?
So it was massive. It was in New York. 2,600 people RSVP'd to attend this event, which promised a cash prize of $50.
Amazing.
To the most Timothe Chalamet.
Bro, that's so New York.
And they were just all outside doing pictures. There's a lot of kids that look just like Timothe Chalamet. Oh my God!
Yeah.
And then Timothe Chalamet showed up in the middle of this mob and just started doing selfies with people.
But did people know it was him?
Yeah, as soon as he showed up, they were like, "Oh my God!"
It's the real Timothe Chalamet.
Yeah.
So did he get the $50?
But I'll tell you, because he's doing a movie, I don't know what he's shooting right now. I think something with Gwyneth Paltrow. He's got like kind of like a little bit of facial hair and his hair's shorter and he's wearing a ball cap. Timothe Chalamet is the least looking Timothe Chalamet in the bunch.
Isn't he filming a Bob Dylan biopic right now?
No, that's all done. That's coming out soon. No, he's doing the Gwyneth Paltrow movie. So he showed up.
Does he get the $50?
That's what I thought, but I don't think
he should.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like nobody looks more like me than me.
But also, like, if you have thousands of people showing up to a contest where they're like super fans and everything else, and I know you're not the organizer and you're not part of it and you weren't on the email chain, but like if you showed up, wouldn't you kick in a little bit more money to up the pot from $50?
Oh, for sure.
A contest in your name?
Like $1,000.
$1,000.
$1,000 would be amazing.
Thank you. Right? But anyway, he's like hanging out with these kids who look more like Timothe Chalamet. But it's funny because they don't have the natural hair, so you can tell they're using like a lot of product to really get the sort of the Timothy look. Anyway, that's
what if he shows up to a lot of those events?
I don't know how many there are. This is the first one I've ever heard.
Was it like on Facebook?
I guess.
Did he show up to the one for Harambe? You show up for that one?
Who, me?
No,
yeah, Timothy
Chalamet. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard the Harambe one was big.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Did you see this video from a little while ago? And I've analyzed it of Aaron Rodgers. Did he or did he not eat his boogers?
What?
So there's a video of Aaron Rodgers playing, and he's sitting on the sidelines, and he sort of like rubs his nose with his thumb and his index finger.
Yeah.
I don't really see anything go in, but then the hand immediately goes down to his mouth, and it looks like he put something in his mouth, right? Like it looks like he eats a booger. The video evidence is very incriminating, so much so that he now had to do interviews talking about whether or not he ate a booger, right? So here's Aaron Rodgers.
I've actually never eaten my boogers. That's one thing I'm very proud of. It's a tough look to try and defend because that video is a little incriminating. But I can tell you that there needs to be a side view that shows that there wasn't a boog that actually went in the mouth. Yeah, it's a bad look.
Okay, have you seen the video?
No.
See if you can pull it up right now. It's damaging, right? Like the video itself.
Rodgers.
I don't know what business the hand would have with the mouth after being up there with the nose, other than you found something and you ate it. Like,
bro, you ate that booger.
Right, thank you.
Come on, dog. The Jets got to suspend you at least one game for lying.
I know, like the anti-vax stuff was one thing, but
this is like you are caught.
No, if he did it, why wouldn't he just admit it and be like, "Yeah, I ate my booger"?
I don't know.
Just admit it, Aaron.
I've never eaten a booger.
Never?
Nope, never. I've never eaten but not even as a kid did I ever eat a booger.
Nope. I thought we all have.
Nope, never.
Nope.
Mocha's eerily quiet right now.
Oh yeah, as a kid, of course.
Yeah, you used to eat boogers?
I've had you try it just to see what it tastes like.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
What is it? Sweet, sometimes crunchy.
Yeah.
Sham, you were a booger eater.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
no, you're such a liar.
You're such a liar.
I had the Lord in my life.
No.
Bored at church.
Crazy?
No. First of all, two things that go hand in hand, and we all know from your family that you were a crybaby.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Crybabies eat boogers.
No, we don't. Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
Cry.
Oh, well, I hate that you have that on hand.
Crybabies eat boogers.
Cry.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Justin Trudeau today is supposed to respond to his own MPs who are demanding his resignation. They gave him today as a deadline. I got a funny feeling it's just going to be no.
Yeah, let's move on.
Right?
He's not going to do it.
No.
They're wasting everybody's time.
But I guess he went out of town. Oh, it was so dirty. He went out of town. I don't know. He had some diplomatic thing he had to do. He went out of town, and then all his homies got together in a hotel, and they started talking trash behind his back, and they all signed some piece of paper, I guess, and they wouldn't. There was no digital copy of it, so nobody could back out. Right, so it was like an actual piece of paper that they handed around the room, and they were like, "Hey, sign this if you want, Loverboy to skedaddle." And 30, I guess, almost 30 or 20 some odd MPs signed it. But then you come back.
How do you secretly hide out at a hotel? 30 of you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or like the Holiday Inn Express?
I don't know. Well, they always have these meetings, right? It's no big deal. It's just a bunch of nerds walking. Nobody's even going to know who they are, right?
Sure.
Nobody knows what they're doing there. But apparently it was this crazy meeting where 24 of them got together and they were like, "Hey, it's time for you to go." And then they gave him a Monday deadline. What is he going to do? Guys, I thought about it, and you're right.
Yeah.
No.
What happens in that case?
No.
Nothing.
No. If he does back down.
You can't, in the Liberal Party, you can't vote to kick the leader out. In the Conservative Party, you can vote to kick the leader out, but the Liberals don't abide by those rules.
Nowhere.
So you can. He's not going anywhere.
He's gonna keep doing his push-ups and move on.
Guys, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Listen, don't worry. The budget will balance itself. I got you.
What do you think? The deadline.
I got you.
Guys, I thought about it. You're so right. Give me a break. Come on now.
They're just hyping themselves up watching those old commercials.
Yeah.
He's certainly not his father.
The whole thing is just a mess, man. Everything in Ottawa is such a mess.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Maitreyi Ramakrishnan, who was, where do we know her from, Maury?
Never Have I Ever.
Oh,
on
that's
Netflix.
right. I love Never Have I Ever.
And she was one of the voices in that cartoon Red.
Right. Oh, I love that movie too. That was the about the period, right?
Yeah.
God, that movie was good. All those movies are so good. She's really great. And I guess she's in Freaky Friday 2.
Amazing.
And damn it, Maury caught up with her at the Nintendo Super Mario Party Jamboree game. But I guess with Freaky Friday 2, because the OG cast is coming back, Like they got this thing on lockdown. Like she can't even say anything. Like listen to Maury trying to even like talk about what the audition for the movie was like.
Okay, we do have to talk Freaky Friday. Did you have to audition for this? What was the audition process like?
It was really cool. I mean, I can't really talk about like what it took to like prep for the role without like giving away spoilers, to be honest, as I'm like thinking this out. But it was really cool and I'm just very excited to be a part of it. It wasn't like conventional, but I think that's like also like kind of the brand of my career. It's just not conventional. But without giving away some like key parts, I can't say anything. And I know it sounds like super mysterious. And it's not like as cool as I like maybe I'm alluding it to be. It's just really like cool to be in the company of such amazing talent, you know? Like the whole experience is kind of surreal. I don't even think it still hit me, and I don't think it will hit me until it's out, you know?
Yo, like, are you even in the movie?
Like, what do you do? Like, how? Like that's a little too locked down for me.
No, but her answer of not giving an answer, gave an answer, that Maitreyi's role in this movie is pivotal.
I would think
has to be.
I would think so by that. But like we already know the premise of Freaky. Like somebody's going to Freaky Friday. Yes. Right? Like it's a matter of who's going to Freaky Friday.
Maybe everybody does.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's like a double Freaky Friday.
No, it's like a mass Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
Right?
I watched the movie about that where these guys, I don't know what it was called. It was crazy. This nerd created this thing where it was like a box and everybody hooks electrodes up to them. And he brought
it's on Netflix,
and he
right?
brought it to
Or
a
something?
party. Yeah. And he brought it to a party and it's all these like people who grew up together and they've been friends forever, but they're all adults and they all got their own stuff and they're sketchy and everything else. So everybody sits in this room and they all hook these electrodes up and there's like 8 of them and everybody Freaky Fridays with somebody else. And then the game was you had to try and guess who the real person was, right? But all this stuff starts happening where they're like 2 people who had always wanted to, do it, start doing it, but you don't know like who's in the body of the person that you're like is it one of your dudes?
Yeah.
Is it like one of the?
You and Sham?
Yeah, like you don't
Wait,
know.
what?
And then I think that the movie I think that people just start dying and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, yeah.
Not fair. I think we didn't hear that, bro.
I didn't hear anything. What'd you say?
Nothing. Just Shem reacted.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Anyway,
Why? You don't think that'd be cool, Sham?
Hey, man.
No?
All
right.
Nope.
But like you wouldn't know. Like what if you were
know.
No, but like you wouldn't know. Like what if because you wouldn't even know who you were making out with.
I would know just by the feel of the mouth.
Ew. Okay,
No,
what?
You would be kissing a woman.
Oh.
But it would be a guy who Freaky Friday'd with her.
But then the guy's not really there.
Yes, he is.
Wait,
physically.
That's the person inside.
So who's enjoying it?
Oh, but it's a woman that I'm kissing, but it's a guy on the inside.
So it's the guy that's enjoying it.
Right.
The woman doesn't even know who's happening, what you're doing with her body.
Whoa.
Right?
So can't the guy speak as the girl saying stop?
No, you talk in their voice. But the problem is that everybody in this movie becomes so sketchy, right? Like nobody wants to say who they really are.
But why not? Just be, hey, by the way, this is me.
Because that wasn't the game. The game was to not give it up, right? Anyway, you guys, it's obvious. It's obviously too highbrow for you.
Okay.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh my God, so much went on. So both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump did big, huge rallies over the weekend. Trump was at Madison Square Garden, and the other day, Kamala Harris was down in Texas. And that we'll start there because that's where Beyonce Gate happened. Oh. And a lot of people are pissed off. A lot of people are pissed
or Kamala
off.
Harris?
Both.
Okay.
So Beyonce did show up. She walked out with Kelly Rowland, right? Her speech was great. Here's a tiny little bit of Beyonce.
I'm not here as a celebrity. I'm not here as a politician. I'm here as a mother. A mother who cares deeply about the world, my children,
Okay,
and
so
all of my
Beyonce,
children
up to the
live.
mic, does a great speech.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
Because everybody cares about crowd size numbers, right? Trump he filled Madison Square Garden, and there was like 50,000 people on the street and everything else, right? So crowd size does matter, especially leading up to this. And the problem was, and what people are trying to figure out, is who initially leaked that Beyonce was supposed to perform.
Oh.
Because they filled an arena with people who a lot of whom were expecting a performance from Beyonce. And when they did not get that performance, people were pissed. So everybody's like USA Today said she was going to perform. I think CNN, like every news
Did they
outlet.
get to the bottom of it?
Every news outlet was told that there was going to be a performance. Here, let me play a clip right now of MSNBC.
We have some big news to share for the Harris campaign, and the Beehive, none other than Beyonce, will appear with Vice President Harris tomorrow in Texas. We're learning, and NBC's Aaron Gilchrist is covering.
This is news that a lot of people have been waiting to hear, whether or how Beyonce might show her support for Vice President Harris. And we have learned from 3 sources our team has that Beyonce will appear with Vice President Harris tomorrow in Houston, Texas. And the source says that Beyonce will perform during that appearance in Texas, obviously where she's from.
And then she did not. And people were pissed because a lot of people are saying, well, are they the ones that said that she was going to perform to get people there? Or was there the possibility of it? And then it didn't all come to fruition in the last minute? Was she never supposed to perform?
I bet she was never supposed to perform.
I don't know.
Could this affect votes?
All right, listen, you don't want to piss anybody off, right? And then Donald Trump, even worse. So there's a comic named Tony Hinchcliffe. He was at the Donald Trump rally, right? Madison Square Garden, right? New York City, by the way, the city with the most Puerto Rican expats, residents, grew up there. Anywhere in America, right?
Okay.
And Tony Hinchcliffe came out, comedian, and he starts roasting everybody, I guess. That's his whole thing. But this is the one joke that he said.
A lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there. Again, normally I don't follow the national anthem, everybody.
Okay, so as Beyonce Gate was happening in Texas, the Trump campaign had to come out and say, this joke does not reflect the views of President Trump or the campaign. He was at your rally on your stage. You don't get much more of an endorsement than that, right? So the whole thing is a mess. Both of them screwed up so bad over the weekend.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I have to play you this clip of this guy who claims that he can channel an alien through him, right?
What?
And then and then if you have a conversation with him, you can then talk to the alien. So here he is.
I'm about to have an interview with an extraterrestrial.
Oh, I appreciate the opportunity to allow him to share his message. Shall I let him come through?
Yes. Yes.
Give me just a minute.
Oh, no, don't say good day to you this day of your time. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. How are you, Vishal?
Perfect, thank you. Please, by all means, you may proceed however you wish, but allow us to thank you for the co-creation of this opportunity to exchange ideas and information with you.
Okay, so his alien is like a smart nerd, right? Yeah.
Bruh.
Okay. First of all, he's lying, right? Okay.
Come on, man.
But I don't even, you know what came to my mind immediately?
What?
His whole gimmick of I can channel an alien?
Yeah.
All this dude is doing is the Great Gazoo from the Flintstones. Do you remember the Great Gazoo from the Flintstones?
No.
At all?
No.
You don't remember when they got an alien friend, the Great Gazoo from the Flintstones? Do you remember the Flintstones? Did you ever watch the Flintstones?
The Jetsons were in space, right?
Yes, but also the Flintstones had an alien.
Okay.
Here's the Great Gazoo.
Flintstone, when you laugh, you show not only your tonsils, but your ignorance. Everything Barney said is true. In fact, that book doesn't begin to describe the wonders of the future.
The guy's just
Are you
doing the Great
kidding?
Gazoo.
What's left to be invented? We have everything now.
There's no use talking to you, Flintstone. You're a man completely devoid of imagination.
So you think this guy, thinks that everybody forgot?
I don't know.
Hey, I would like to talk about technology and,
who's buying this? Who's buying that?
I don't know, guys. I talked to him on the radio.
Would you believe him if it was a different voice?
First of all, yes, you made a very good point, Mocha.
I would talk to the guy.
Can you find out if we can interview the alien, Maury?
I'll try.
Yeah, that would be great. Now I'm all on board.
Right?
Yeah, I'm about to apologize.
He just said he was the gazoo.
Hey, Maria.
What?
I'm
I'm going to bring that up.
No,
Remember the
don't. No, you're not
Flintstones?
bringing nothing up.
You're the gazoo.
Listen, we have the opportunity to talk to an actual alien.
Okay. Okay.
Guys, you know how many questions I have? You know how many questions
Yes,
I have?
thank you.
Like, how many of
Thank
you are
you.
there?
Thank you.
How long have you been here?
Thank you.
Tell us about your tech.
Yes.
Who's your favorite, Roz or Mocha?
The tech.
Yeah, great question.
Right? The tech. Do you wipe after you poo? Or do you have some alien technology that is self-cleaning down there?
Do you even poo?
Oh, my God. See, this is what I need to know.
Right?
Or they're the gazoo.
This is what I need to know. That's why we need to interview the alien.
Okay.
I've never been more wrong about something in my life. I mean, that's not true.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
A group of Cape Breton firefighters are apologizing after 4 people showed up at their Halloween dance dressed as the KKK.
What the hell?
So, the North City
It's
Firefighters
2024, right?
Club hosted the event at their place on Saturday night, and 4 guests showed up in full KKK costumes.
Oh, my God.
And they weren't firefighters. They made a point to say that they're not firefighters. Fine, fair enough. But they showed up at your party, and you let them in and let them stay.
Yeah, that's on you.
Right? Like, I get that they're not associated with you. So what they said was, we apologize to anyone in our community who were offended or hurt.
How about everyone?
Everyone who were offended or hurt by our lack of actions. These 4 individuals are in no way, shape, or form associated with our organization. Well, yeah, they are.
Because you invited, like they were invited guests.
And they go on to say, we promise to be better in the future.
That's How about
like,
you just
there's
don't
a
let
bar.
them in?
I get it. I get people. I fully understand. I think people get roasted for making mistakes, right? But we have all progressed as a people where the bar of making a mistake, you cannot have people at your party that you let stay dressed as KKK and then say we promise to be better in the future. My faith in your promise to be better in the future is really low at this point.
There is none. But I don't know, like,
I just want to know what makes you think that that's a good costume.
Yeah.
They thought
Like,
it was
what
hilarious.
goes through your
They thought it
head
was
leading
hilarious.
up to Halloween? You know?
I don't know. Like, I feel like if I were in that room,
Yeah.
I think I would lose it. Like, I would be throwing hands. I don't care who's under that mask.
Yes.
I'd be throwing hands.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
And it just doesn't make sense that they were allowed to stay.
Yes.
Maybe they
And
felt
party,
like
and, like-
embarrassed or not like or like worried about the confrontation. I don't know. You never know what goes through someone's head, but I think it's right no.
But like the pictures are like they're all posing, right? Like they're
Wait,
not
they're
hiding.
posing with them?
No, like the 4 guys are all like they're having the time of their life. The KKK, right? They're having a great time at this party. That's one way to ruin somebody's reputation, huh?
Forever.
Right?
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like,
No.
like you really hate somebody and then you show up at their wedding dressed as the KKK? They're the ones that get blamed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right?
that's true.
They're the ones that get blamed.
Yeah.
That's
You know?
Cheesecake about to open his book right now. His burn book. Go down the list.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Dodgers are absolutely
Oh my God.
smoking the
wildest
Yankees.
thing ever, huh?
Nobody thought they were. Everybody was saying Game 6 or 7, guaranteed Game 6 or 7. I mean, it may still. Who knows? But Dodgers went up 3-0 last night.
2-2 to Torres. Bouncing ball towards the middle. Edman with a spin and a throw. And the Dodgers dominate Game 3. They're a win away from a world championship. A 3-0 series lead over the Yankees.
Do you know, like, if the Yankees get swept, how bad these New York fans are going to be treated on social?
Yeah.
I have a few people from New York on my social media, and all they do is post the Yankees. So
Yeah.
you're really mad.
Of course. It's crazy when you like actually look at it though, because the one reason this has like it's very important to LA. It's very important for TV ratings. It's very important to New York. But these are the two teams that spend like what $300 billion or something like that, right? Like they're just like the amount of money that they spend to build these teams. Like it's not a shock. Like there's no sort of shock. It's great that it's New York and LA for a lot of different reasons, stories and everything else. But the World Series this year really lacks the
the excitement?
The emotional support from anyone who doesn't live in New York or LA. Because there is no sort of, I'm not going to say underdog, but there's no
underdog.
No, it's not. Underdog's not the right word. There's no.
It only matters.
There's no sense of like, oh my God, they did it. Well, of course they did it.
Yeah.
Of course they're there.
It only matters to LA and it only matters to New York.
Yeah, because it would be shocking. The more shocking thing is that if LA or New York were not in the World Series.
Sure.
That would be the big shock, right? But aside from Shohei Ohtani, like that was a
scary
great story.
What about
that
scary situation?
I know.
It was a game two, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
They thought broke up his arm.
I know. God, that's crazy. But anyway, so that's three games down. God,
And when's the next game?
Crazy.
Is
tonight.
All game 4.
I love that about the World Series, by the way.
Yeah. You love what?
They play all their games so quickly.
Yeah.
I know.
Right?
Yeah,
Like the game 1 was 4 days ago.
Yeah. Well, it's because baseball's easy.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
I agree.
Wow.
Oh, Maria. Yeah.
Listen,
it's not.
It's any sport where if you're not currently like playing, you can snack.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can eat and play at the same, I'm not saying it's.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's
Snack.
like the actual. Like if you asked me to hit a ball with the bat, I probably would swing and miss. But like
Guess what your
anyone
next
could
assignment is.
practice that and get there.
Yeah.
We're gonna take Maria to a batting cage next.
It would be a really bad.
You think you could hit 90 miles an hour, Maria?
I think I could hit it pretty hard.
You
if I
think you could hit
practiced.
90 miles an hour? I think you would. You
20 miles
may
per hour.
mess your pants.
Yeah. Okay.
If
so
you
first,
if you stood
so
there.
before we go to batting cages,
Wait,
first
I'm
off-
not catching any balls. They
No.
can,
You're not gonna have to catch any balls.
Why are you gonna make it like that?
You gotta hit them. Yeah. You
Now,
think
put your hand down more. You ain't do nothing.
I used to play baseball.
Listen, there's no chance. Maria, you would mess your pants. If you stood there and 90 mile an hour fastball came at you,
No, I'd pray.
you would shriek. You would shriek.
So
You just have to
first-
close your eyes and
But
swing.
and like that's if I'm wearing a helmet.
Okay.
Well, you have to wear a helmet.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
then
won't
we're-
even see it. You won't even see it.
Okay, we're setting this up.
You won't even see it.
We're setting this up.
But
Maria at
also,
the
if you
batting
do hit
cages.
if you hit it, isn't it like it hurts?
She won't make contact.
You never. I played softball.
You played softball?
Yeah, and I
When?
did
When?
well.
When?
I
How-
played in a couple tournaments.
How long ago?
This is what
Years
is-
ago.
I played softball
It's
when
a
I was
good
15.
sport. I'm not saying that. It's just, it's not like you're dying of sweat the whole time.
I'm nobody's saying that.
Okay,
I'm
I
just
don't wanna-
saying
I don't wanna
that
discriminate
you
against
can't say that
baseballers.
you're going to crush a 90 mile an hour fastball because you played junior softball.
Let me clarify. I never said crush. If I make contact,
You
I'll
will
be
not
happy.
make contact.
That's what she said.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Bruce Springsteen was on stage last night for a Kamala Harris rally, said Donald Trump is running to become a tyrant. But more importantly in the world of Bruce Springsteen, because I know you care. Do you see the picture of Jeremy Allen White? Because he's doing the Bruce Springsteen biopic.
No.
So it's crazy because normally with biopics, like Timothe Chalamet just did Bob Dylan and they put like the cool wig on him. And, you know, Elvis had the leather suit and everything.
Yeah.
So they're like, first look of Jeremy Allen White is Bruce Springsteen. And you look at the picture on IG and it literally just looks like every other picture of Jeremy Allen White.
Let me look at this.
He's wearing like I've
By
seen
the
him.
way-
It's probably his own shirt.
Jeremy Allen White, by the way, plays Carby in the Bear.
Yes.
The star of the Bear.
From Shameless as well.
And Shameless, yes.
Yes.
This looks like him just going out with going out of the house.
Thank you.
It's just normal clothes.
Thank you. No wig.
Like the hair
Like,
is the
no-
same. Like, bro, you just look like you're going to work at the Bear.
Like it looks like a regular picture of Jeremy Allen White. Like I don't think you can make this a big reveal as a first picture of Jeremy Allen White starring as Bruce Springsteen. I don't think you can do that with this picture.
You can't. You look normal. You just look like a regular white guy.
Thank you. He looks just like him.
Yes.
There's nothing about that says Bruce Springsteen.
No, it says everything about looking like Jeremy.
Yes, right? Like, did he even post? Did he know that this was a shot of him as Bruce Springsteen?
He was probably walking on set. And then, like, somebody snapped a photo.
This is probably from last year.
Probably.
Right?
He's going home.
Yeah, you got something in plaid? I got all the plaid.
Yeah.
Cool.
I got more plaid than Scott McGilvery.
Anyway, the movie's called Deliver Me From Nowhere. It's directed by the guy who did Crazy Heart, Scott Cooper, which is a great movie, based on the 2023 book called Delivery From Nowhere, the making of Bruce Springsteen's Nebraska album. So there you go. That'll come out in, I think, 2025 or something like that. But anyway, if you want to see the shocking transformation of Jeremy Allen White into Bruce Springsteen, please run.
You won't recognize him.
No, it's shocking.
I see that picture and I just want to be like, hey, yo, cousin.
That's all he looks like.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Where are we here? Gisele Bundchen is pregnant.
Hey.
With her jiu-jitsu instructor.
I thought they weren't
Joaquin
dating.
Valente. Well, they haven't officially even said that they are dating. He's 37, she's 44. Apparently, she's quite far along with the pregnancy as well. Tom Brady posted. What did he post? It was no words. It was 2 hearts, Maria?
It was 2 hearts on his story, and it was a picture of a sunset with Chicks the Landslide playing behind as the lyrics played on the screen.
I gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above?
Damn.
Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the sea?
Damn, Tom. Bro, you need a hug. Bad.
Poor guy.
Do you remember at the roast of Tom Brady when is it Nikki Glazer?
Nikki Glazer,
Nikki
yeah.
Glazer.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Because we're doing my roast is tomorrow, 8:00, as you mentioned earlier. Do you remember how vicious the Tom Brady roast was when Nikki Glazer was talking about his wife and the jiu-jitsu instructor?
Tom Brady, 5-time Super Bowl MVP, most career wins, most career touchdowns. You have 7 rings. Well, 8 now that Gisele gave hers back, but...
Oh, yeah, harsh.
Oh, wait.
Sorry, Tom. Tom, the only thing dumber than you saying yes to this roast was when you said, hey, babe, you should try jujitsu. I think that was...
Yo, harsh.
That's kind of suck. Dude. How much would it suck for oh my God, just knowing your ex-wife's new boyfriend can beat your ass by hers. That's gotta be terrible.
Yeah.
Nikki.
Yeah.
Dang.
So
there's that.
He's a bit in his feelings, huh?
Yeah.
I guess. Understandably, though, right? I guess.
Tommy,
Like,
he's not having a good day
that's
today.
Not
Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing?
Yeah, rise above.
Yeah.
John Cena
They
always
should go
says that.
back to the Dixie Chicks, huh?
Yeah, the
Don't you
Chicks
think?
feels weird.
The Chicks feels weird to me.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
That all happened in the same time that all the Bachelor stuff was going on.
What?
Right?
I
Remember
don't
that
remember.
contestant on The Bachelor? It was where she hooked up. I think was it the Bachelor who was a black guy and it was a big deal, or was it reversed? I don't remember. But she went to a college antebellum party. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then those pictures came out.
And that's when Chris Harrison got fired.
When Chris Harrison got fired, and then the Dixie Chicks, that's when everybody started going after the Dixie Chicks.
Yeah.
Because of the name, I guess.
Or is it Lady Antebellum and they're now Lady A?
Well, no, both. Lady Antebellum and Dixie Chicks. That's why they became the Chicks, and then they became Lady A. It was all because of the girl on The Bachelor.
Damn.
Right? That's crazy.
The power.
But yeah, they should go back to the Dixie Chicks. I think it's okay.
I
You don't
think
think it's okay? I don't know. The Chicks just sounds weird, right?
That feels off.
It does feel off.
It almost feels more offensive.
Thank you.
Totally.
Yes. Yeah, in a way it does.
Right?
Yeah.
The Chicks. What are you doing tonight? I'm going to go see the Chicks in concert.
Yeah, it does seem weird. Yeah, you're right. But anyway, poor Tom Brady, 2 hearts on IG. What you going to do?
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The federal government is going to go ahead with plans for a high-speed train linking Quebec City and Toronto.
Oh, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Like how high speed? How
high
fast?
speed, 300 kilometers an hour, so about double what Via Rail does right now.
Oh,
I don't
in
even
your
think that
face.
that's super high speed though. How do those super high speed trains in like in China go or Japan? They go super fast, right? So 300 kilometers an hour. What is it, Maury?
I was just going to say, I've done the Via,
Yeah.
and it's super hard to pee on those trains. I can't imagine how hard it's going to be to pee on this train.
Those like European and Asian bullet trains are like super steady. They're
Yeah.
real,
Really?
Yeah, they're really great. So apparently it'll have stops in Toronto, Peterborough, Ottawa, Montreal, Trois-Rivières, Laval, and Quebec City. And it'll be on a newly built electrified line. They say
The most electrifying line.
What is it, Mocha?
The most electrifying line. Take that, Via.
$80 billion is what they're
80 billion with a B?
Do we have that money?
$80 billion.
Yeah, where's that money coming
Where's
from?
it?
Us?
Oh, great. Cool.
I don't want to go to Quebec.
No?
I'm not asking for the most electrifying way to get to Quebec.
Okay.
Don't take my money.
All right.
You're not getting it from me.
Okay.
I'm good to drive. I don't need a high-speed train for $8 billion.
All right. Where we need the high-speed train from, realistically,
Is along the 404 to the DVP.
Is like-
and along
yeah.
the Gardner.
Yeah, but you need it from really either Windsor or Niagara Falls to then loop around, and if you want to go to Montreal, you go to Montreal, because that's the pain in the ass, right? Like if you are in Niagara Falls and you were like, hey, you want to go to you have to do basically the entire 401, right? Like you got to do the QEW, the 401, and all that other
All the
stuff.
way. Exit Montreal.
All the way, unless you want to pay $500 to take the 407 and then come down and all that other stuff. Like, no. Anyway, that's a lot of money for the
most electrifying way to get to Quebec City.
Right.
Bonjour, bonjour.
Right. There you go.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
According to a new poll, American Thanksgiving is coming up.
Oh.
I love American Thanksgiving. And mashed potatoes is no longer apparently America's favorite side when it
What?
comes to Thanksgiving dinner.
What about greens and tomatoes?
But look at here. Look. I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, pork, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rat. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes,
Okay,
lamb.
so go ahead.
So mashed potatoes has historically been number one. Sweet potatoes is on the list. Green bean casserole is on the list. Of course, mac and cheese on the list. But stuffing has now overtaken mash as the number one side.
Stuffing?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm down with
clapping.
stuffing.
I'm clapping too.
What about Brussels sprouts?
Stuffing.
No, not on the top five. Brussels sprouts not the top five. Why are you not clapping for stuffing, Shem?
Nah, I'm mashed, man. I'm all mash.
No stuffing?
Nah, I like stuffing, but not number one.
How do you? Okay, what kind of stuffing are you eating? Because I question the kind of stuffing you're having.
It depends on where I'm at.
What's in it? Like what? Describe it for me.
I've had stuffing with some oxtail in it.
Yeah,
which has been amazing.
Yeah,
which is probably the best one that I've had.
Yeah,
I've had stuffing with turkey in it.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna make you some stuffing.
My guy, come through.
I'm gonna make you some stuffing.
Can I get a small bowl of that, please? Wait, I said I like stuffing, though.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like you've been sweeping me up this whole show, for this roast tomorrow. Are you going to give me stuffing?
That's facts. That is facts.
Listen, Shem, I'll bring you some stuffing, okay?
I mean, I'm not complaining,
Real bad man. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The term, remember when it was like sitting is the new smoking? Remember when it was like that, right? Where they're like, sitting is bad for you, right? That's why everybody was standing in the standing desks and everything.
Oh, sure.
So now, however, that was the advice for people who worked in offices was that, sitting is the worst thing that you can do. Being sedentary is the worst thing you can do. But a new study suggests that some maybe swinging a little too far in that direction. So the study found that being on your feet for more than 2 hours a day can actually cause problems such as varicose veins, but does actually little to reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease that comes with prolonged sitting. So it's not like standing is the solution. They say anybody who stands for a long period of time in a very still position is going to have some issues associated with either their muscular skeletal systems or they'll have blood pooling in their legs and their feet. They say standing desks aren't inherently bad for your health, but holding any position for a prolonged period of time can be bad, whether that is sitting or standing. So their advice is to shake it up, right? So don't be a full stander, don't be a full sitter. Moving around is key. It's not the standing thing. Lie down for a while. Have you watched the Australian version of The Office yet?
No, I watched a trailer though.
It's funny.
Is it good?
Yeah, I finished it. There's
There's like
there's
8 episodes, I think.
So the sort of
it's on Prime.
The hard part with that show is when you watch it for the first couple episodes, you're like, that's the Dwight. That's the Stanley. That's the, like it's weird. Like you're trying to pair it up. And so you're not really watching. But the Dwight in this show is a woman and she's amazing. And I guess at some point they decide to go to standing desks in the office for health reasons, right? But all they do is just get rid of everybody's chair.
Oh, you're standing there hunched over?
So everybody's hunched over at their regular size desk.
That's great. I gotta watch that show.
It's amazing. It's really good.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz split.
What happened there?
I don't know.
Did they get married yet? No, right?
No,
they were just engaged.
The engagement's off, apparently, after 3 years together. And they just did a movie together, didn't they, that she directed?
It was a really good movie, too.
Was it good? I keep passing on it. I don't know.
Please watch it.
Why?
It's really good.
I don't know your advice, though.
Yeah.
When it comes to
this
things.
time, I'm right.
This time.
He was just saying in an interview about that movie how amazing she was and working together brought them closer together.
I know.
Sad.
I wonder what happened. I don't know. Did we like them as a couple? I don't know if I really liked them as a couple.
I did. I thought he was really happy with her.
Yeah.
They looked happy together.
Yeah.
Did they though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so do most couples before they break up.
Yeah. You don't know, but I don't know. I never really bought into it. I don't think. But anyway, 3 years. Zoe Kravitz and Channing Tatum. No more engagement. Unfortunately.
Now you have your chance, Ross.
with the roast starts at 8, jackass. Okay, don't do it now.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ring, the doorbell company, is doing for Halloween the Great Ghost Search, looking for undeniable footage of a ghost on your Ring cam. What? And if you provide it, they will give you $100,000. So last year, they did Out of This World, where they were saying if you have footage of an alien on your Ring cam, we'll give you money. And $100,000 is up for grabs. The only rules are the video has to be 30 seconds or less. It has to be undeniable footage of an alien. And it's got to be... of a ghost, and it's got to be shot on a Ring cam. $100,000.
So if I put a sheet on my head,
no, undeniable. That's going to be you.
Yeah, but that is undeniable because I'm dressed up as a ghost.
Yes. You think no one's going to notice you standing underneath?
You don't know.
Underneath a Gluckstein sheet.
Don't try Gluckstein into this, okay? That poor guy. He's so nice. No, so if there is no undeniable footage of a ghost, they did say that they will give the $100,000 to the video that they feel is the best video.
Come on, me and the sheet.
So yes. Yes.
I'm doing it. I'm going to submit the video.
I'll tell you, you know what? Like, God bless you, Maria, because I'm of the age right now of where I just steer far, far, far away from any costume that requires a sheet. just because the wind, you know what I mean? The wind, like I start off as a ghost, the wind blows wrong.
Yeah.
Suddenly I'm KKK.
Yeah. Holes in the sheets.
Or it turns into a toga, you're Jesus.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't want that in my life.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Shawn Mendes, apparently, I guess, Maury, maybe help me out with this. Did he officially come out as gay, or is he not official?
No.
What is he?
Sort of paving the way to say that he is.
Okay, so this is Shawn Mendes on stage in Colorado the other night talking to fans.
Since I was really young, there's been this thing about my sexuality, and people have been talking about it for so long, and I think it's kind of silly because I think sexuality is such a beautifully complex thing, and it's so hard to just put into boxes. Yeah, and it always felt like such a intrusion on something very personal to me, something that I was figuring out in myself, something that I had yet to discover and still have yet to discover. And yeah, I guess I'm just speaking freely now because I just want to be able to be closer to everyone and just kind of be in my truth. And you know, the real truth about my life and my sexuality is that, man, I'm just figuring it out like everyone, and I don't really know sometimes, and I know other times.
So he's got a new song called The Mountain, and the lyrics go, some days I have a change of heart. You can say what you need to say. You can say I'm too young. You can say I'm too old. You can say I like girls or boys, whatever fits your mold. One of the producers on Shawn's new record is a guy named Mike Sabbath, and there's a whole bunch of pictures yesterday of Shawn and Mike Sabbath sort of getting off like a plane together, kind of packing up their luggage together, a couple shirtless photos of the two of them together.
Yeah.
I mean, they look like...
Oh, go to his TikTok. He's in a cabin with like many
Were you about to
shirtless
say
men.
Twink Talk?
Wow.
And the Mike Sabbath guy's got a real wild necklace on too. So he's wearing this necklace that goes like around his neck. He's got they're shirtless, right?
Yeah.
Mike Sabbath, by the way, great track bands. In case that matters to anybody. So Mike Sabbath's got this necklace on where it's like a beaded necklace, right? Where the necklace comes down like a regular necklace does, but then there's an extra piece of beads on the end of the necklace that goes down towards his stomach, and then that splits off and becomes like a belly chain, right?
Oh.
So he's got like this, like it's a necklace / belly chain.
Interesting.
thing. Yeah, it's
all good, Shawn Mendes. We love you, dog. If you're bi, you're bi. If you're gay, you're gay. Whatever.
He's been dealing with this for a long time.
Yeah.
I think it was back in 2018 with Rolling Stone. He said, I thought you effing guys are so lucky. I'm not actually gay and terrified of coming out. And then he was like, this is something that kills people. That's how sensitive it is. Do you like the songs? Do you like me? Who cares if I'm gay? So that was back in 2018. But Maura, you say this is paving the way. That's what you think?
I think so.
Yeah?
I honestly, if he is, I hope so, because I think that he could be a great ally.
There you go. I agree with you on that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Doug Ford is giving everybody in Ontario $200.
My friends, why am I the only one clapping?
Because it's a stupid idea.
Bro, it's $2 bills for free. 15
million people are going to get $200. So Ford said that the rebates are necessary because many Ontarians are struggling with the high cost of living. The checks will go to every taxpayer, as well as $200 for each child in the eligible family. This will cost the province and the Treasury about $3 billion. Ford said that money will come from increased provincial sales tax revenue due to higher inflation over the last few years, as well as revenue generated from the recent federal changes to the capital gains tax. This looks a whole lot like vote buying. Not going to use the word bribing voters, but it looks a whole lot like vote buying. Let me tell you what $3 billion, and I just did some quick math here, okay? So we could get everybody $200. Okay, right? I'm not turning my nose up at $200, but there are 2.5 million people in this province that do not have a family doctor. Okay? For $3 billion, if you paid a family doctor $250,000 a year, you could hire 650 family doctors and pay them full salary for 20 years. Or we can all get $200. And I'm not saying it's
either or.
Well,
yes, it's not both.
That's either or.
And no, you can't use your $200 to tip your new family doctor.
Oh, okay.
Right?
All right.
So anyway, I don't
that's
know.
a good idea.
That's $3 billion. $3 billion to just give everybody $200.
Around?
Well, no, they don't. It's revenue from the new capital gains tax and everything. We're paying for it, right? Through one way or another. But even rich guys are going to get $200.
You don't need it.
Right? Like, and
I mean,
I don't think that there's an opt-out form I can click. I don't need the $200.
If there is e-transfer, you can send that right over here.
Split it 4 ways.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Lots of more pictures of Shawn Mendes with his shirt off.
Why you lick your lips when you say that, Maury?
That was a coincidence.
Weird.
That was a very big coincidence.
Normally, when you see somebody with their shirt off, they're in shorts. But this picture of Shawn Mendes I'm looking at, he's in jeans and no shirt.
Which is better.
Here's what I find
So much to bite.
a little creepy.
I could bite you there. I could bite you there.
Like, I understand
could
when
bite you
Maury
there.
has a crush on, like, a celebrity.
I could bite you there.
And he makes his little comments, right?
And there.
When it comes to Shawn Mendes, it's different.
And there.
Because they see each other, like, all the time. Like, on the street.
He's also so much younger than him.
Not anymore.
Yo!
He'll be that
Bro,
age
that's-
forever when I get him.
Boy, that's like predator behavior, bro. You need to chill, son.
Who's the predator?
Maury.
Oh, okay. Good.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Menendez brothers, their bid for release from prison has hit a snag as the Los Angeles judge set his date of December 11 to consider the DA's request to re-sentence them. However, District Attorney George Gascon may no longer be in office by that time. Which could mean that the request could be withdrawn completely before it's even heard. Because here's the thing. The district attorney is trailing very badly in the polls right now, and the election is next week. And if he's ousted, the man who replaces him could trash the whole process.
Oh, I thought you were going to kill everybody.
So right now, their defense team has no choice but to go straight to the governor and ask for clemency.
What does that mean?
It means
It means you stay away from Shawn Mendes.
It means they look tasty. Especially the bald one.
Wow.
Yo.
What?
No, none.
You're not bald anymore, Shem.
That's a fact.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Would you like to hear a penis break a world record?
A what?
Yes.
Would you like to hear a penis break a world record?
I'm really confused.
Bro, a what?
These nuts.
Hitting it 500 times in 30 seconds.
Got him.
There is a man from Romania, not me,
I can't even Google this.
who hit his penis. He's a pianist. Pianist.
Oh, yeah.
He is a pianist who broke a world record by hitting his key 500 times in 30 seconds.
You almost had me Googling something.
30 de secunde.
Yo, what? That's one key on a piano?
That's also the sound of Damn It Maury knocking on Shawn Mendes' door. Let me in.
That's gonna say. That's the sound of Damn It Maury when he finds out Matthew's 1 minute away from home.
The dog is sleeping. Matthew's at work.
Maury,
I have 30 seconds.
Maury monitoring on Find Friends. Matthew coming around the corner. He's like, oh, damn.
Yeah, I'll give him a lot of credit, by the way.
Oh, yeah. You're right,
I'd like
bro.
to go home.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're right.
He's like-
Wait,
he's
I
like-
have actual audio of Maury. Go.
It's like Matthew's in the elevator. Done.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
We know that Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz have split from each other, not in half. But apparently, they're still going to be collaborating on new projects despite the breakup.
You probably already signed them contracts.
That's a terrible idea. What a horror show that must be, working with your ex. Who do you think is going to hook up first out of those two with somebody new? Channing Tatum or Zoe Kravitz?
Channing.
No, I think Zoe. I think Zoe's the one that gets into a next relationship or whatever.
Which one would look the best at the age they are forever?
Channing.
At the age they are forever, Zoe Kravitz.
You think so?
Yeah.
Then she's next on my list.
Oh.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Tiger King star Joe Exotic, remember him?
Yeah.
Those
Tigers.
He's found love inside the joint.
No.
And Joe Exotic, who is currently serving 21 dark years in a federal prison, posted on social media, meet Jorge Marquez. He is 33.
Oh.
He is so amazing, and he is from Mexico. Joe Exotic, by the way, I believe 61.
Sam.
'Cause I saw Tiger, now I understand. I saw Tiger, Tiger saw man. I can give him a home, safe and warm.
Joe goes on to say that I've been through some stuff in my days. I buried 2 husbands. I've buried millions. The third one ran off with $2.6 million from Netflix and left my ass here. But Jorge is a very amazing young man. He looks so fresh. Not pale at all for being in prison. Joe,
It's all that yard time they get.
it's all the yard time.
Right?
And running from death. You need cardio in the joint.
Good cardio.
Otherwise, you get stuck.
Shanked?
Shanked. Joe Exotic has requested a presidential pardon for himself and his fiancée.
Still, huh? He's still on that? But if it hasn't happened by now, your old boy Trump ain't going to make it happen.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I know you were a fan of The Office.
Love.
Before
Love.
that show died.
Love. I just watched a dinner party episode the other day again.
One of the big questions was, after the show finished,
Yeah.
did we ever get to know the names of Michael and Holly's kids?
They had kids?
They had 2 kids.
They did?
And apparently, it was supposed to be revealed in the final episode.
What? Guys, okay, for anybody who doesn't know it, if you're wondering why I'm freaking out like this, is because yes, and I still watch reruns of The Office, right? Because on Netflix. But I have yet to see any episodes from the final season. I've watched everything up until the final season. So I had no idea that they got married. I didn't know that they were still together. And I didn't know that they had kids.
Yes. And so
What?
this is from the Office Ladies podcast.
Good for them. I'm so happy for them. Guys, I'm so happy for them.
Can I just say, Mocha?
What?
Much like myself, they're not real people.
Still real to me, damn it.
And also a fan question from Ivana O. in Aurora, Colorado, who said, I'm dying to know what Michael named his kids. Is there anything in the show Bible or deleted scenes that tell us this? There is. Holly's talking head.
That's right. Read it, Jenna.
It says, Holly was going to have this talking head while Dwight and Michael were dancing together in the background to Rosalita. And Holly says this, life is good. We have 2 sons, Chebensher and Loshabin. Michael named them. He said it was based on the feeling he had when he first saw them. Then we were going to see the kids dancing.
Chebensher?
Chebensher and Loshabin.
How do you spell Chebensher?
CHEBENSHER. EBONSHUR.
Congratulations, guys. Beautiful names. I'm so happy they had kids.
Jebin Shara and Loshabin.
I am so happy, guys. This is like the best Halloween news I have ever heard in my entire life. Good for them, Michael and Holly
They would
Scott.
look very beautiful on the gravestone.
Oh, jeez. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Los Angeles Dodgers won the World Series last night in 5 games.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
I'm going to kill a lot of people at that parade.
Damn.
Oh, jeez. Dracula.
Bro, that's like a
Don't
threat,
tell
man.
anyone.
We're broadcasting to millions of people right now.
No, I didn't mean it. It was, what do they say? Taken out of context.
All right. Okay.
Oogie.
Back in game 4, that fan, remember? The Mookie Betts catch
Yo, he got jacked.
where he got jacked by those 2 fans. So Mookie Betts catches the ball. 2 fans grab the mitt, put the hand in, try and force the ball out.
Committed a
throw it.
robbery.
It was a mugging. It was beautiful, but it was a mugging. If there's any thought in your head that the guy who did the mugging was a total douche, you are right.
Okay.
Barstool interviewed the guy yesterday.
No, they got him? Amazing.
So here he is in all of his stealing glory.
This situation has never arose, but it's like the Hail Mary play or whatever that they practice every week.
In case it happens.
Just in case it happens, we know what we're doing. If so goes on 100%. And in that situation, ideally, we would have hit the ball while it was in the air. We're not reaching into the field of play.
Right.
We may have if it came down to that, but that ball was on the wall in front of my...
No, that's your ball.
It was in my mouth.
Yeah.
Basically. And I go, I can't not do something right now. Especially with the fact that saw my boy next to me. We went, it just was like, it was repetition. It was just, all right, this ball's mine.
Yeah,
this ball's mine.
We practiced in our backyards 100 times
It's
before.
like
this drill that they've done
this ball may not be secured yet. Let's try to see if we could,
It was pretty secure.
It was pretty secure. Once you put your hand in the glove, I'm getting booted no matter what, so I might as well rip the thing out.
What happened? You got kicked out. Where'd you go?
Well, they brought me, I'm very friendly with the security. They were cool, and I was like, I know I gotta go.
Yeah, you understood it.
Damn.
So there he is.
He just sounds like a real, you know what?
Yeah.
He sounds delicious is what he sounds like.
Yeah, that one you can eat.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
National Sandwich Day is on Sunday. And they've done a poll asking people what their favorite sandwiches are.
Tuna.
People is not on here, by the way.
Ew.
Buh.
Want to take a stab at what number 1 is, Mocha? Favorite sandwich.
Roast beef.
Incorrect.
Corned beef.
Ooh. Can I?
Yeah.
Turkey.
Turkey is number 3 on the list.
Ham and cheese.
Ham is number 4 on the list.
Do grilled cheeses count as a sandwich?
Yes, they very much
Can
do,
I put grilled
Maria.
cheese?
Yes, and you would be right. That is the number 1 favorite sandwich, apparently, is the grilled cheese.
With ketchup, always.
Grill that ass.
Jesus.
Different kind of sandwich.
That's Shem is what I'm saying.
Oh,
yeah. You have not lived until you've had my Nana's grilled ass sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. So she makes the best ass.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Chicken sandwich was number 2 on the list.
Is peanut butter and jelly on there?
Tuna is number 5. Peanut butter jelly, number 7.
Okay.
Peanut butter on jelly. If you smush it down and then you open the bread a little tiny bit, it looks like insides.
Insides.
Like guts?
Oh, a person's insides?
Yes, very similar. Don't ask what the brown part is. And finally, meatball sandwich is at number 8 on the list.
Love a meatball sandwich.
Let me tell you the story of the last time I had meatballs.
Oh,
These nuts.
Exactly.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
KISS925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.